Greetings, peace and blessings. I am Monique Ruffin, also known as the Moon Mama. Today is Monday, and Monday is the day governed by the moon. So let me just walk you through some of the energies to help us get into the energy of the moon. So the moon is, in Greek mythology, the moon is Isis. In Egyptian mythology, the moon is Auset. The moon it takes 28 days to go through a cycle. It has 8 phases, and those phases are the first quarter phase, the last quarter phase, the new moon, the full moon, the waxing gibbous, the waning gibbous, the waxing crescent, and the waning crescent. And all of those phases each have a different ritual to go along with them that would help us align ourselves with the moon. The moon is the energy with which governs a woman's female reproductive system, the creative process. Our sex organs is our reproductive organs, not our sex organs. Pluto governs our sex organs. The moon governs our reproductive organs. The oil that I use for the moon is jasmine. It is the energy of devotion, right? It creates a devotional energy. The moon in the Bagua is the devotee. The moon is devoted, like it's loyal. If you think about water, like water is devotional. So water is devotion in action. It goes where you tell it to go. It absorbs whatever you put it in. It changes form. But there is a loyalty in water. There is a commitment in water. And the moon is that also. So like you see, the moon does the same thing every 28 days. It pulls the tide of the oceans. It regulates a woman's reproductive system. The moon also reflects the light of the sun. The moon is the energy which governs our psyches. So it holds the memories, just like water holds the memory. The water that we have on the planet is the water that's always been here. So when they say things like we're running out of water, I don't know what that means. We're not running out of water. You know, water, like the moon, sometimes you can see it and sometimes you can't. The water is that as well. It changes form, but it is always here, even though it might be in a vapor form or in a liquid form or in a frozen form. It's always here. So another thing about the moon, like I said, it reflects the light. So the moon is... So I want to try and explain this the way that I hold it inside of me internally. And I don't know if it's going to make sense, but the moon, so this universal system we're in, I see it in my mind as one big, gigantic human. And we're inside of it. And we're all miniature aspects of it. And so the moon is governs the internal reality. The sun is the personality. Mercury is the mind. Venus is the heart. Mars is the energy that is our actions. Jupiter is the faith. Saturn is the discipline, the rules, the structures. Neptune is the consciousness. Pluto is the engine that changes things. And we all have that as well. Mercury is our mind. It's how we think. Venus is our hearts. It's how we love. The moon is our internal reality, how we feel. Mars is our attraction and how we take actions. Uranus is the mind of God, like new ideas that come in so that we can be renewed. Pluto is the engine that helps us generate ourselves. It's in our second chakra, our sexual energy. Pluto, what was the next one? Jupiter is our faith. It's our vision. It's the eye behind the eyes. It's what we see from inside of ourselves. And so the moon is our internal reality. It's our psyche. And when the light of the sun, our personality, our energy, our vital life force is pointed to in our internal reality, our psyche, it reveals to us, it helps us reveal our subconscious. That's what it does. And so when the light turns on our subconscious to the moon and the light expands on the moon, then we can remember who we are. We evolve and we remember through our dream states, through our artistic expressions, through our shamanistic practices and our rituals. We begin to remember who we are. And that's what's up right now. It's time for us to start remembering who we are. Oh my gosh. And the moon today is in Pisces, and Pisces is the energy of our collective consciousness. And so, as the sun is in Sagittarius, and we have more power to be on an adventure. We have more of a willingness to have faith. We can stretch beyond our comfort zones. This is an opportunity for us to begin to remember who we are based upon getting free from the current constructs and the systems that we're currently in. And one of the ways to remember is by following the moon and by doing the rituals, by doing the rituals that help us shake free from our old constructs, our old belief systems. So for instance, I have been sharing with you all about this experience that I have of being obsessed. And it's something that I've been running, an experience that I've been running since I was 13 or 14 years old. And what happens is I could see myself in a cycle. So, every man that I have ever had any sort of deep, intimate relationship with the exception of maybe one or two, they all started with obsessions. And the obsession would then turn into like a power struggle, which would then turn ultimately into a relationship. And then the problems would ensue because, like I said, it was never about the person. It's like I was in the video yesterday. I get these attractions, these obsessions, but they're more about me waking up to who I am. But in this Western world that has convinced many women that we need, most women, that we need a man in order to be happy, that we need love from a man in order to have our power, we tend to contract in these relationships and give our power away. And so that's what I would do. I would get into the relationship and realize that, oh my gosh, this person is demanding that I give them my power. And so then the relationship will become a power struggle and challenging because I want to keep my power. But the culture says that a woman has to give her power away in order to really experience love. So as I've been watching myself in this pattern for years, the last 10 years I've been really watching it. This time I've been able to watch it happen without going completely into it and doing the work to heal myself. And so this is what the subconscious will deliver to us when we're willing to do the work to heal. It will deliver you to the wound that keeps you stuck in the Western ideals and Western ways of being. And the Western ideals are simple. It's like, a woman needs a man in order to feel happy. A woman is not enough without a man. A woman is not sexy or desirable beyond, beyond when she's 50 years old. All of these belief systems that are anchored in Christianity and Puritanism and Western Europeanism are all poison to most indigenous people, Black people, and brown people. Those ideals separate us from the core of who we are. They separate us from nature. They separate us from the truth of our beingness. And when we do the rituals and follow the moon, it's almost like it's a maze, and the moon will help us find our way out of it. I hope I am making sense. I hope I am. Because I've been in this experience, it's challenging to talk about, but I'm really finding my way out of it, and I hope that it makes sense as I'm talking about it. So the reason I'm talking about it from the perspective of a woman or the feminine is because the feminine truly is the leading edge of our system. And when the feminine oppresses herself or looks to oppress herself by giving her power away to an earthly man, we keep the system in place. And so what I have been doing for myself and the people who are, the women who are in the moon work with me, and even the men who are in the moon work with me, is doing the work to get ourselves in the correct order, right? And the order is that the feminine is on top. And why is the feminine on top? Because she communes with the unseen realms, with the divine realms, with the sacred realms. Even the feminine in a masculine man, everybody has masculine and feminine. Even the feminine within a man is on top. So, when anyone is conceived in a mother's womb, everyone is feminine first. So the feminine is the leading edge. And when women, and every woman is not feminine first. Some women have more masculine energy and some women have more feminine energy. I happen to be a woman who has more feminine energy. And because of that, I can commune easily with nature and the divine and other and unseen realities, because that is the purpose of the feminine power, to be out of the physical reality and in the inner reality to commune with the higher frequencies of life. So with that, the moon today is in Pisces. Today is a moon day and the moon is in the first quarter phase. And so what we're doing is we're taking on a new energetic. We're inviting ourselves into a new way of being. Pisces is the collective consciousness. It is also the spiritual realm, the ancestral realm. It is also, the place, the creativity. It's where everything comes from the heavens, right? So today is a great day to spend some time, especially if you are a woman in a feminine, who leads with the feminine, who hasn't felt really powerful in your life, felt like you can create the way you desire to. Sit still today and ask deeper questions. Ask, what are you here for? What am I here for? Who am I in service to? What is my purpose? What is my life's meaning? What am I up to? Sit with those questions. And as you sit with those questions, answers will be revealed. One of the things I'm beginning to see is I am literally closing cycles in my life. I have been running this cycle of obsessing since I was 14 years old. And it's a cycle of obsessing and then being repelled. So it's a dual nature of where I have to have you, and then when I get you, I'm repelled by you. And so this is where my power has been tied up. My creative power has been tied up in this, and this started with my father when I was an infant. And so it's something that I'm literally undoing right now. And so look, many women have patterns that have tied up our power, kept us out of our truth, kept us out of our unique way of being. And we need to unleash that power so that we can begin to build a new reality and build a reality that really serves not only women, but serves the entire collective. So with that, I'm the Moon Mama. Have a wonderful day. I so want y'all to meet the kitties, but they're not coming out. They did sleep through the night last night though, which was fantastic. And they are up playing and having a good time today, which is also fantastic. So with that, I'm the Moon Mama. Peace and blessings. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.